Jimmy Graham, another great night last night, the all-pro tight end for the Saints who joins us now. What's it like to have Coach Payton back? The difference, Jimmy, this year to last year?
It's truly been amazing. Just a presence that he brings to us on the sideline, and kind of the perfection that he demands. It's been better, and he's been more fired up than he's ever been.
But the difference between game day and how plays are called, the offense, because I didn't think the offense was the big issue, because the offense to me is as good as anybody in football. It was really the defense. But what is it like having him over there on the sidelines that maybe you didn't have last year?
Well, first, he never lets any mistake go unnoticed, and it doesn't matter who you are. If you're a tight end, you're a running back. If you're a left or right guard, he's going to let you know immediately whenever you messed up, because he demands everyone to do their job at all times, and when you don't, he lets you know it. But also, him and Drew, they have a great not connection. Yeah, I would say just a great connection. Him making the calls and Drew just believing in it 110%. It's just it really has been awesome. And also, having a complete off season with Drew and Sean here. For me, it's been my first time. My first year was the Super Bowl, of course, and then the next year was the lockout, and then last year, Drew was holding out and Sean wasn't here. So to have a true off season with both of them was amazing.
What's Brees like in the huddle?
He's all business. Last night it was the fourth quarter, and he comes to the huddle, and he demands that nobody lets off the gas pedal. Everybody. He gives a little speech of let's every time we get the ball, we're going down the score no matter what. Don't take any plays off. Don't take any drives off. This game isn't over.
He's saying this in the huddle when you guys get in there. He's yelling.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, this was the fourth quarter, and he's making sure that we stay on the gas pedal. He's so competitive every drive, and I remember last night. I think we got the ball with 8 minutes, and we're driving down, running the ball well, and we get in the red zone, and we end up kicking a field goal. And I'm walking off the field with him, and I just hear him talking to himself, how we missed that opportunity. And I believe, at that time we're up, 20 points, I believe. He demands so much from himself first and then from the rest of us. He's not a guy who first tells you, he first shows you, and then he demands it from you.
We're talking to Jimmy Graham, the Saints tight end, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. You a foot taller than Darren Sproles?
Yeah, probably. I'm 6'7", and good things come in all sizes.
But he's one of my favorite players, Jimmy. I think he's so dynamic, and it always seems like he's going to break a big play. I just think he's your secret weapon. Well, maybe not secret anymore, but he's just not many teams have somebody like Darren Sproles.
I believe so, and I think sometimes he's still secret. I believe last night he had 222 all-purpose yards, and he gives that to us on a regular basis. If we're not handing him the ball, then we're throwing him the ball out of the backfield. You'll see him split out, and he's so dynamic in our special teams. He's a scary guy whenever you have to punt to him or kick off to him. I think everyone in the league has a game plan to try to stop him in the kicking game as well. He just does all phases, and he's always special to play with because he's so competitive as well. This is a hungry, competitive team, and I'm very blessed to be here. That's for sure.
John Gruden said you guys were running Spider 2 wide banana. Do you know what that means? Is that a play?
Yeah, he knows that. I always listen to him, and he knows pretty much most all of our calls.
Are you the
I also heard,
banana on Spider 2 wide banana? Or are you the banana?
yeah, I'm the banana, and I'm the first read there. So he definitely knows his stuff. And I heard last night that he was talking about the Sluggo seam, and he's right on about that.
Is there a part of you that wanted to see how good you could be in the NBA?
You know, I think the best I could be is probably Birdman down there playing for Miami. A guy who goes in the game and he's looking to get physical and really just looking to bring a little bit of excitement to the game. That's probably the best that I could ever be, and he's a great player.
Do you think you could play in the NBA?
Right now, no. At 270, I would have to say that I probably need to lose a couple of lbs, or I'd probably foul out every game.
Yeah, but you can. I mean, you get up pretty well still at that size.
Well, I'm competitive, so obviously, I spend the whole offseason training as hard as I could to try to help any team. Obviously, I'm a big LeBron fan. I'm a huge Miami fan, so I'm always at those games, and I'm always sitting on the sideline thinking, man, if I could just get a jersey and get in for a couple minutes, I would definitely try to make my presence known.
But you got LeBron. LeBron's bigger than you.
Yeah, well, I've met him, and he's definitely taller than me.
But could you see him if he wanted to play tight end? How good would LeBron be?
He would be a man. I always try to, we're actually always talking about that in the locker room, and there's always this big debate of, and I know if there's any player in the NBA that could come and just be a complete superstar in the NFL, it'd be LeBron. He's so physically gifted, and more than anything, his drive and his will to be the best at whatever he does.
Wait, would he start over you as the tight end of the Saints?
Well, it would take him. It'd take him a couple weeks to figure out the offense, but I think eventually he probably would.
Wait, you're the banana there. He can't take. He's second banana to you, Jimmy.
Hey, I would say that we would probably we would most definitely be the best tight end combination ever. This team and Sean and Drew Brees, how accurate he is, and just how he leads. He just makes me look good. To be honest with you, he just makes me a better.
Oh, stop being so humble.
Look a lot better than I am.
Yeah, nice try trying to be humble. If there was a dunk contest of NFL players, who's winning?
No doubt I win. I have confidence in that. With pads, I can still do between the legs. So without, I can do special stuff with that basketball.
Calvin Johnson, you're not worried about Calvin?
No. I think 100% I would win. There's I think the flashiness of how the dunk contest needs to be and the showmanship I bring. I know I'd win.
Can Brees get rim?
Yes. Yeah. I've seen him dunk a couple of times in practice, and actually after he scored last game, I was hoping that he'd go up and show everybody what he did. I believe it was about 4 years ago at Miami.
You got to convince him to dunk over the crossbar. And let's say he runs one in, he should dunk it over the crossbar.
100%. See, I told him. He said every 2 years he gets an opportunity to score where, he makes a move and he gets into the end zone. He said 2 weeks ago, he had to run a little further than he expected, and his legs were a little tired, so he was going to save it. He was going to save it for next time.
Who are you facing in the Super Bowl?
Wow, the Super Bowl.
Is it ever too early to talk Super Bowl in New Orleans? Come on.
I'm sure everyone's trying to compare this team to the 09 team, which was a special team, but we're still trying to find our identity. I feel like we haven't played our best football yet, and I feel like it's our best football is still ahead of us. And in the NFL, it's always premature to talk about Super Bowl or playoffs. This league is so competitive, and every night you have to show up or you'll get beat. And I just right now I'm just worried about the Bears.
Well, speaking of the Bears, I got Matt Forte coming up right after you. Any message you'd like to send to Matt Forte?
Just tell him to go easy on us. He's a very explosive and talented player. And he's always fun to watch. And just the kind of playmaker he is. Very dynamic guy, and just tell him to go easy on us.
I will. I'm sure he will too. Jimmy, congrats again, and I love your humility, but you're one of the best in the business. But thanks for joining us.
Hey, Dan. Thanks for having me.
All right, Jimmy Graham.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.